Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setup for today. So before we get into the markets, I actually just want to share a little bit of insight that I've picked up with the video channel over the last couple of years. And what I often see is when there's an explosive move to the downside or even to the upside, you see a massive increase in the views, specifically on the S&P 500. And when I say massive, it's sometimes 300-400% more than what the normal video view is. And that's just a good indication of what's happening in the market. You've got a move that happens, and you've got the people that are in early. Then you've got people that are starting to read about it and listen to the noise. And then they start coming into the market expecting the move to continue. And more than often, those people are catching the tail end of the move, and they get trapped. So that's how a lot of new traders actually get trapped, and that's one of the reasons why I always, I don't chase a move. I'm always waiting for a pullback for a resistance or a pullback to support, and then a bounce off either that before jumping in on the trade. Because I was one of those a couple of years ago, quite a few years ago, who just listened to the noise and jumped in at the last minute and always got burnt and blew a few accounts before I figured out my ways. But anyway, just something that's well worth listening to, because these 2 weeks here, video views were very, very low. This close still low, but on Monday, massive amount of views of people now suddenly got an interest in the S&P 500, because now they're expecting a big fall based on all the negative noise in the market. Anyway, for me, oscillators a group to the downside, have no interest in chasing this short at the moment. I think we've tagged the level we want to. Just want to head across onto the monthly. There's nothing there. Just let's test on the weekly. So you can see yesterday on the weekly I gave you this cluster of support here. So you're expecting something to bounce around here. Look at our oscillators on the weekly as well. There's nothing really on offer right now, except a lot of diversions. You can see how we've got new lows here, and if you look at price, we've got a new high still. So I'm a little bit cautious jumping in short here, as I said yesterday. So let's just get through the levels we want to pay attention to. I'm going to leave those levels in from yesterday. They are pretty important, and you can see yesterday's price action. First a bit of a fall, and then big up, big down, big up, big down. Big confusion. Grouping of the oscillator still on the 3 hour at the downside. Definitely don't want to be jumping in short when my 3 hour oscillators are like that. Rather looking for something higher up. Now, the interesting thing is you've got the Feds coming out tomorrow with their interest rate decision. And I think the big question is whether it's a large interest rate hike or whether it's a 0.5 basis point hike. If it's 0.5 basis point hikes, I suspect that's not what the market's expecting, and you're probably going to see a fairly strong bounce to some area of support, and it would be somewhere in amongst this area here. You can see that cluster there. So I would suspect at least the gap close and then muck around and then probably just continue down to come and test some new lows. Or alternatively try and create some higher lows. So that's kind of the macro view that we've got on the 3 hour. If we look at the hour, you can see group to the downside. As I said yesterday, I definitely don't like chasing shorts when we oscillate as a group like that. It was still a downward move. I think if you got in on that retest there, you had a 350 point stop loss for 2-to-1 trade, but it's just very, very volatile. A little bit too volatile for my liking. At the moment, I suspect we are just going to range. So you probably find that this 3750 is what is the new line in the sand is, and then if we just move that to there, that would probably be our upside part of the range now, which is 3821. I just want to get down to the 15-minute, and you can see there's probably a nice entry here before the market opened. Or was that? Yeah, that was just before the market opened. Then the market opened, and then we dropped again. So for me at the moment, I suppose watch these areas. If we do get back to close the gap, definitely an opportunity to short there. If we start rejecting this area, I'd probably be looking for shorts as well. But just keep it in the back of the mind. You've got a string of data coming out today and tomorrow, and then you've got the Fed's minutes as well. So I'm just a little bit reluctant chasing shorts when we have the oscillators like this. So if the oscillators on the hour can group up a little bit higher and then start rolling over, and we're sort of rejecting one of these zones, all in, then it's a case of looking for the best opportunity and getting in short. If we break below this 37.50, watch out below. I don't think there's much below that's going to stop us. That's the wrong one. I think the closest area would be around here at 36.72, and it's not that great. I think your next major area is going to be somewhere around here at 35.87. So yeah, pay attention to your charts today. I think for me, not interested in shorting just yet. I want to see a little bit of a pullback onto some form of structure, and you may find some trend lines as well. So just make your chart really noisy, get your trend lines in, and then look where the intersecting one is. That's the intersecting one there. So that's 38.60 was the area. So 38.60, the gap, this is your stop area. Your stop area is going to be above 39.47. So, and then also pay attention to 4,000. If you suddenly get some kind of a massive squirt up to the upside, pay attention to 4,000 as well. Anyway, for me, it'd probably be a sit on hands day until we get some structure and we see, something brewing. You may pick up some stuff in the 5 minutes if you've got time. And you can see here, moving averages all crossed over. So just waiting for the pullback and then get the signal, and then you're looking for the shorts. You just need to be sitting in front of the charts and paying attention to this all the time. And if you look at it at the moment, you've got a crossover brewing, and look how we're climbing right now. So I suspect you're looking for a range to form. So it's either this area here, 38.21, or we're looking at 38.60 area for a range. If a gap does close, that's another area I'd be interested in for a move, continuation to the downside. Okay, anyway, that's kind of me for today. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.